Property Sisters of the Mohawk Valley was born when three top producing agents with over 25 years of combined experience selling real estate joined forces to take real estate to the next level. We practice with honesty, integrity, and the knowledge to help make the buying and selling process easy and stress-free for all of our clients. We pledge to always make our clients our top priority from start to finish and even after the house is closed. We will always be a valued resource for information and assistance for our buyers and sellers. Our customers over the years have become not only past clients, but great friends. As we join hands together as the Property Sisters of the Mohawk Valley, we look forward to serving our clients and our community and making a positive difference. You can reach us at 315-601-9630 for all of your real estate needs.
When it's your hard-earned money on the line that you are investing into a home, it makes sense to choose a proven professional to assist you in making one of the biggest investments you may ever make. Josh's dedication of over 20 years to the home construction industry allows him to bring knowledge and experience to your doorstep. That means you can feel confident and comfortable with his service to you. Past clients love his attention to detail and thorough written reports. By allowing Priceless Inspections to help you make a well-informed decision concerning your property, you will find that a quality inspection is priceless. Follow Priceless Inspections on Facebook or call 315-525-8725.
Hi, this is attorney Nick Pasalacqua. The team of attorneys I have assembled at Pasalacqua & Associates has been carefully hand-picked to include the best trial attorneys in the particular areas of the law that we practice. Have you been charged with DWI or any other crime? Members of our team include former assistant district attorneys, now fighting to protect your rights 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Have you or someone you love been seriously injured in a motor vehicle accident? Members of the team at Pasalacqua & Associates include former insurance defense attorneys, now fighting to ensure that you get every penny you're entitled to. If you need legal help quick, don't waste your time or money calling anyone else. Remember, for legal help quick, you better call Nick and the team at Pasalacqua & Associates. 315-500-NICK or 315-500-6425 or visit cnytriallaw.com today.
The following program is an exclusive Disruption Networks production.
You're not ready. Yes. Hey everybody, it's good to be back with you. It's Adeline with Home Free, and I have a couple of friends with me. I have Joelle Sebastian Dean and her beautiful bride Wendy. Hi girls, how are you?
Hello, we're good. How are you?
Good, good. So I'm sorry I missed you guys for the past couple of weeks. Kidney stones are a little bit of a bitch. So we're going to hope not to get those again, but we're back, and we want to thank our sponsors. We've got some new sponsors since I've been on, so watch the sponsor reel. You'll be able to see that along as we go through. All right, so Joelle just took her class, and she is a newly licensed real estate agent.
I'm almost newly licensed. I'm just waiting for my license.
Well,
yes, yep.
You passed all your tests.
I passed all my tests. Yep. So I'm ready to rock and roll, ready to sell some houses and make some people happy.
I love it.
Join you guys. I can't wait. I'm excited.
We're excited too. We're
Yeah?
very excited.
Good.
Yeah, so you're going to tag along with me for the next couple of days. God bless you.
Like I said, you just have to improve your driving skills.
Yeah, I'll try
Maybe
not to.
I'll drive. You just tell me where to go.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
I like that.
All right.
All
we're
right.
gonna do
Perfect.
that.
Deal. There you go. You don't have to up the life insurance.
No more
Fair
fender
enough.
benders. I'm gonna be driving.
There you go. I like it. Done. I get a chauffeur out of this.
You do.
So, where did you take the class? Did you end up going to the classroom, or did you take it online?
No, I took it online. I talked to Lori DiNardo.
Yep.
And she had told me that she took it online, and I talked to a couple different people, and obviously some people learn better with the classroom. I'm definitely okay doing the online portion of it. So I did actually Real Estate Express. I just kind of Googled different companies and Real Estate Express, and Lori told me, just pick the cheapest one you can get because you don't really need the books or anything like that.
Right.
So I did a 75-hour course with them, and I ended up doing it in like 8 days because I was a nut. I just wanted to get it done. So I was up at 4 o'clock in the morning in the office drinking coffee. But I found it extremely interesting. I learned a ton. And it's definitely something I would recommend for somebody to do again, to do it that way.
I took mine online as well.
Did you?
Yeah, and I took it in like 7 or 8 days. It was ridiculous. But
yeah, I just wanted to get it done.
Yeah, and it was fun, and a lot of it is just common sense, really. I mean, if you have sense.
I found it very interesting. Like, she's a home inspector, so going through the construction modules and the environmental modules, it was good to kind of put the pieces together because I hear a lot.
Did you call in some help?
I did.
Honey?
I did.
Honey?
I was like, okay, so what's this like platform foundation they're talking about or So yeah, we definitely she definitely helped me.
It's a great resource.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, and you tagged along on an inspection as well.
I did, yeah. A couple of weeks ago, I just wanted to. As I told you, I'm like a sponge for knowledge right now, so I'm just trying to learn as much as I can as possible.
That's exactly how I started too. I just wanted to everything I could possibly get my hands on. Inspections, closings, whatever.
Yeah, I find all of it very interesting, and I want to learn as quickly as possible.
Well, yeah, because there's a lot.
Well, that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
so I'm definitely trying to catch up, so that when my license does come, I can hit the ground running. So that's what. But I found the inspection side of it very, very interesting and a lot more detailed than I thought it was going to be. So inspections are very thorough. I mean, you go through every nook and cranny. You really have to. You're protecting somebody's biggest purchase. Yeah. So no, it's been good so far. Well, and also with the inspection part, 75% of deals that fall apart after the offer fall apart in the inspection phase, because agents aren't looking at what they're supposed to be looking at. I mean, if you walk down in a basement and it's all the walls are 9 months pregnant and there's missing blocks and there's water seeping through and hey, is this foundation solid? You might have to say, let's get a mason in because I don't know.
I think that was one of the things that she commented on. One of the first things, she's like, you see all the negative things. I said, no, I see the things that I'm their insurance policy, that this is what they're buying.
Right.
I'm pointing out the things that they don't see, the pretty floors, the great countertops, the triple pane glass windows that they can put all their knickknacks on. I'm looking at everything other than that.
The things that we can't see.
Right.
Because there's so much that we can't. I mean, I'm not even if I did take the cover off an electric panel. The hell am I telling you?
Exactly.
Hey, there's wires. They're different colors.
Hey, well, I know the difference between a fuse and a breaker now, well, so I'm good with that.
That's about my extent too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we actually got into this. She got into it first. She got into the home inspection first, but we actually got into it. You got into it a lot like Josh did, I think. After you bought your house, isn't it?
No, it was before.
Was it before?
It was before, but we were going through the process, and we were looking for a house for a couple of years.
Yep.
And we would walk into a house, and I was looking at the cabinets and the countertops and
Lori
all this.
Had mentioned that.
My background largely is home improvement, kitchens, baths, and after a year and a half of looking at gorgeous houses. And there's always something about every single house. And it's not the kitchen. It's not the outdated this or the outdated that. It's this crack. It's that crack. It's, what's wrong with this situation here?
Well, yeah, because you can fix the kitchen and bathroom.
But I was I knew just enough to be dangerous. I didn't really know exactly what I was looking at.
Right.
And, a couple cocktails and class later and some school. And
hey, I should do this.
Well, I said, like I said, we had been looking for about a year and a half. And, Lori was extremely patient. God bless her.
Oh, she's terrific, isn't she?
She is absolutely terrific, and
I love her.
I definitely want to model myself after her because she was.
You couldn't do any better.
She was absolutely fantastic with us. We dragged her all over the place, and after about a year and a half, I was just like, I looked at her. I'm like, you know what? You really should go into home inspections because when we go in and we're looking at houses, it's good for her because because she's able to say, okay, that crack in the wall, that's nothing. Where I would look at the crack in the wall and go, okay, the house is falling down. So, so it definitely, you know, it was a learning experience for her. And then once we did buy our house, it was something that helped us, because by that time she had already had her home inspection.
Well, even that was its own eye opener. You know, people ask, why should I get a home inspection? Well, even home inspectors get home inspections, because you walk into these homes and you have these rose-colored goggles on, and you see all the pretty things, and you literally see all the pretty things. In our houses, when we purchased it, it was pretty close to perfect. But there's stuff after the fact that I saw that I was like, wow, had I been doing a home inspection on this house, I would have totally looked at it different.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's emotional.
Yeah,
Even for
absolutely.
realtors and home inspectors. I mean, we can't really turn off our human.
Right.
You know, it's going to be emotional. But yeah, even home inspectors hire home inspectors.
Right.
Yeah. And a lot of realtors will farm out their own listings too, like their own house. You know, I've heard of that quite a bit.
Well, everybody feels it's hard. I think, you know, when you go to sell your house, that's your house, it's your home, it's your life, it's everything you've known.
Yep.
And to have somebody come in and essentially, I don't want to say pick it apart, but take a critical eye to it.
Right. And things that you don't see.
Yeah. And
But
even as a
I also
homeowner-
think buyers are a little more comfortable when you're not the agent, the homeowner.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, there's a neutral party.
Right.
Yeah.
It
Right.
separates it a little bit.
That was an eye opener for me when I went on the home inspection, was to actually, you know, see that side of it. And then we kind of talked after, and she's like, okay, now you're going into real estate, so give me your feedback on what your thoughts were. So it was definitely a good back and forth. It was a good learning experience for me. So, and like I said, through this whole thing, I knew that someday I was wanted to go into real estate, and I always said, well, okay, when I retire, I was with corporate America for 24 years, and I said, when I retire, I can't just sit and do nothing. So I want to do real estate part-time, and I had an opportunity to do it sooner. So I'm like, okay, here we go. So
well, you're young. I mean.
Yeah, I am.
So
I'm a lot younger than I look. No, I'm just kidding.
we all are. I thought it was 20 this weekend. Let me go down to North
I know.
Carolina
I saw some
for
of your
36
Facebook posts.
hours.
I know you're. That's what I said. You're driving there, driving back, and here you are today. I'm like, I would be dead right now. I'd be so exhausted.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Lot
Duncan.
Of caffeine.
Thank
Lot
you,
of
Duncan.
caffeine. I'll be at like 9 o'clock. I'll just be like in front of my computer. Out.
And then 9:20, wake up sending emails.
I know. I'll be
Sending-
responding, booking more appointments for us for the next couple of days. I think we have an hour open tomorrow.
I just
All
want to
right.
know, what does she need to get for the wedding?
Oh, you know,
Wedding.
I already got the gift.
Oh, okay. Oh, I told her. I said, Adeline sent me her schedule, and I was like, okay, I'll go to the wedding on Friday.
It's gonna be a good one too. I've known her my whole life. Her mother and my mother have been best friends since they were about 5 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
You don't see friendship like that very often. That's fantastic.
No, and I think I must have gotten it from my mother, because a lot of my friends I've been friends with for 40 plus years. You know,
Okay.
I'm only 30, so I don't know how that happened. But anyways, just dated myself. But yeah, it seems to have longevity in our relationships.
That's awesome. Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to spending the day with you tomorrow.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
And we've got a lot of different things to do. We've
Okay.
got listings and pre-listings and just
I think there's
showings.
there's definitely a lot more to it than I think people think, and definitely more to it than I thought. And that was one of the things, just for new people that are coming in or thinking about coming into it, is that, you know, you take this 75-hour course, you take the proctored final exam, and nowhere in there does it teach you
how to practice
how
real
to
estate.
practice being a real estate agent. It doesn't even teach you, like, what's the difference between a ranch, a colonial, and, you know, just some of the basics, how to hold an open house, just some of the basics really that you think.
I would love to see them, you know, integrate some kind of hands-on, you know, but then
Yeah.
it just falls to the board level, you know, because different boards have different rules. So I think if the state kind of instituted it,
Yeah.
it would be a little difficult, especially New York City practices real estate completely different.
Yeah, there was, and the majority of the class was law, as you know. So,
Right.
and the New York City laws were a ton of it too, and the difference I was telling her what the taxes they have to pay down there to buy something in New York City. I was like, okay.
It's unreal.
That's why I live in upstate, but
Yeah. Yeah. It's expensive. Well, people don't realize, but I mean, I've been in it, 9, 10 years now, and I'm an education freak. Every class that comes through, Cindy Lazaro is on the education. I can't speak.
Education?
Well, that's 'cause you have no sleep
committee
today.
with
you're forgiven.
Jay and Amanda and a few others, and they put on really good classes. So you're gonna like a lot of the classes. But I take every class. I've got like 5 or 6 designations, and I'm just like, if there's a class, I'll take it.
Yeah.
And I took my broker's for my associate broker's license just because I had kidney stones and I was bored. So I took the 45-hour class in like 3 days, and I was like, learning. I was still learning, and I took commercial classes, ABR, which is accredited buyer's representative, seller's representative, senior's representative, military relocation professional. Well, and and on and on and on and on. Agency, I don't know how many times. Fair housing, how many times. And I still picked up something along the way.
Something different, right?
Yeah.
Well, and I think that's, I'm just a sponge. I just want to learn as much as much as I possibly can, as quickly as I possibly can. But I think that's definitely one of the things that was very enticing about the Property Sisters to me. Not only, have I known Lori for over 20 years and know her character and her integrity, but obviously, meeting you and meeting Patty, I see the different dynamics of the three of you, which is definitely intriguing. I'm just like, okay.
It's weird that we function so well, isn't it?
I'm not gonna lie. It is a little. it is kind of interesting.
Do you know what it is? And it's a little bit like you two, because I've noticed some things about you two. You two are adorable.
Oh, well, thank you.
It's an ultimate mutual respect and a complete trust.
And I absolutely see that. In the few days that I've spent with you, with the three of you, I absolutely see that.
We've spent a lot of time together. We know we have the same kind of work ethic. We've all produced the same, amount of sales across the board for the past, I don't know how many years. We're all just ethical and honest, and we function. We play off each other well.
And I think that as a buyer or a seller, and maybe I'm a little biased here, but you can't get better than the three of you together, because you have such different, unique talents and you're always talking and you're always bouncing things off each other. And I think that's fantastic. And that's something that, I'm looking forward to.
You get 3 realtors, top producing realtors for the price of one.
And it's the knowledge that you were talking about. Like you said, you take all these classes, et cetera. And that part of it is I'm very interested in. Yeah. So, no,
we'll chat tomorrow.
Okay.
We'll just
while I'm driving, right?
Yeah. You're gonna go home. Can I say I'm sick tomorrow? I can't do this again.
No, absolutely not.
That won't
Are you
happen.
kidding me? Like you said, are you free tomorrow? I'm like, all I'm doing right now is taking my puppy out and reading books on real estate and referrals and relationships. And I'm like, yes, I'm free. Let's get out and do some stuff.
Yeah, let's get hands on.
Yeah, let's get hands on.
It's more fun, and you learn more.
Yeah,
you really do. And then you'll get to see the houses, and you're primarily going to be a buyer's agent at first.
Right. Yep.
You get to see what's coming on.
Okay.
Because we have two pre-listing appointments tomorrow.
I don't even know.
Yeah, I can't even
All
remember
I know is
either. I was just booking and one thing after another today and over the weekend while I was away.
No, I'm definitely looking forward to it. So let me know what I need to bring. Do I need to pack a lunch? Or?
Probably.
Okay.
Probably. I don't factor food into the day.
Well,
if it happens, it happens. Today I ate like a little. My friend Paul, my friend's husband Paul, he had these little lemon cookies, these little individual wrapped, and I was like, oh, I like lemon cookies. So I brought them from North Carolina. I was like, oh, they're in the back seat. lunch.
Yeah, she's figuring out how to add calories to her day, and I'm figuring out how to take them away. So,
well, with the kidney stones, I can't drink soda, And I would drink, I know I'm bad. I would drink
You're
like a
so
12-pack of soda a day. Full power, not diet or anything.
wow.
Just a 12-pack, you know? Like, so I'm like, I don't like cheese. I don't like mayonnaise
You
or...
guys are gonna get along great.
Well, we're
And,
gr-
like,
we're
the
we're
picky
like
eaters
right
club.
there.
Yeah, I'm like, so I don't like those foods. So
Okay.
it's like I'm not eating a lot of those really
Empty
calorie-laden... Oh, no, I eat empty calories. I can't eat my chocolate donut in the morning either. I know, no chocolate
Have you
glazed.
had the caramel chocoholic donut?
I don't
I'm
want to
just
talk about
saying.
it.
I'm just.
I can't have chocolate until I see the urologist. I can't have chocolate. I'm not supposed to have tea,
How about you?
but I would not be functioning today if I didn't have a tea. I drank 4 waters, balance, but I needed 1 tea. I need some caffeine.
Oh, that's awesome. No, I'm looking forward to it. We're gonna have fun.
It's gonna be fun.
We'll have fun.
So, Wendy, you do home inspections. You've probably done quite a few so far.
I have.
Yeah. So, do you have any tips now that the weather seems like it's gonna stay nice? Let's hope.
Yeah, let's hope.
What should people start looking for around their house, especially with all? I mean, God, this was a rough winter. Trees and wind and
It really was, and it, just driving through, we were driving through, and you can't help it when you look at homes for a living. You constantly, that's all you do is look as you
I
drive
know,
by.
I'm
and
terrible
like,
with it.
that roof, and that roof, and you just start picking them off. But
Yep.
a couple things that homeowners can do, especially kind of like the spring cleaning goes along with the inside. You have to do some stuff on the outside. And just stepping outside, walking around your house, taking a walk, taking a look at your roof, look for shingles that are broken, or people that have slate roofs. There's a lot of slate roofs, especially
Right.
in the Utica area. And just making sure that none of them have shifted. Some of the fasteners come undone. That's usually what happens. They'll deteriorate over time. And get the repairs that are necessary when you need them. The roof's not the only thing that really takes a beating. The walls take a beating. Your decks.
The gutters, right?
Yeah,
I know we need
Yeah,
to
if your
do our-
gutters
we
get
need to
full
do our
with
gutters.
leaves
Yeah.
from all this blowing.
And if you look like under the eaves, you'll see water stains. Doesn't matter if you have a stucco, brick, whatever
Right.
house. Just look under the eaves. You start seeing a lot of water staining. That gutter's probably going to be plugged up, and throw your ladder up there and dig them out.
Carefully, not like my dad did. And fell off on Father's Day
No.
and broke like all his ribs. So
Oh, that was
carefully
horrible.
do that.
Yeah, or hire somebody else to do it.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
But chimneys. Chimneys are another big one. A lot of water damage can come from your chimneys. Just being a lot of chimneys don't have rain caps on them,
Right.
and it doesn't mean you have a fireplace, but a lot of times your like your furnace and your hot water heaters will exhaust through your
Right.
chimney. It's just water coming right into your house.
Yeah.
And you can definitely seal those. You can check for missing mortar, loose mortar between the bricks. That can lead to a loose brick. Kids are outside playing, and a windstorm blows through. It doesn't even have to be a lot of wind.
Right.
It can be
Right.
just enough to blow one of those bricks loose, down the roof it goes, and
Boom on the head.
exactly. So there's things like that you can look at. It's always a good thing as the summer gets a little more near. We're outside. First barbecues and picnics are coming along the way. We have Memorial Day coming up.
Yeah.
I think.
Pretty quick.
Hopefully.
If summer's ever gonna get here.
But
I brought spring back. It's going to be 77 tomorrow. Mother Nature and I talked in
yeah,
North
that
Carolina.
works
She
out.
said she sent it
Gotta
right
bring the
up.
sun back though.
They just couldn't keep up
Gotta
with
bring
my
the
driving.
sun.
They couldn't keep up with
You
my
know what?
driving.
That's a good
The
point.
weather's on its way.
The weather's on its way, but did you bring the sun too?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it goes hand in
This
hand.
is getting old.
I know. I can't take the gray skies.
This is getting old.
Really tough. But stain the deck. Make sure your boards are in repair. Last thing you want, kids, your grandparents, whatever, walking through with bare feet and catching the sliver.
Oh,
A little paint will take care of that.
Oh, yeah.
Sanding, or maybe even a board replacement. But just little things like that homeowners can do to make sure their house is in tip-top shape.
sounds like quite a list.
It'll be on my Facebook page.
Yeah. How can they reach you? I like that. She knew right where I was going.
CNY Home Inspections on Facebook.
So CNY Home Inspections on Facebook.
CNY Preferred Home Inspections.
And you probably do well house checks. I know most inspectors, have a well house program where they'll go, either, if you're going to sell or if you just,
Yeah.
maybe your eyesight is as great as it used to be, or Wendy is talking about, under the eaves, and you're just kind of going like,
What's an eave?
Yeah,
I know
that?
that from my class though.
yes. But see,
No, absolutely.
you're an expert now.
I am an expert now.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Give me a call. I have no problem coming over, taking a look, giving you some ideas, drawing up a list for you of things.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And your reports are very thorough, very nice. And, I mean, she'll give you a nice report. You'll have everything right there. No questions.
Lots of pictures. I like pictures. I like my people to know exactly what they're buying.
Yeah.
The
Pictures
condition it's
help.
in. Absolutely. You know, some home inspectors do just the narrative. I think they're starting to get away from that.
Yeah, thank God. Because you know what? When you call me, when you send me a report and it says the pipe in the basement has a small leak,
Which pipe?
at least give me a picture, a direction, an area,
Yeah.
anything. But just to tell me a pipe, and it's like always going to have to be like a 3,000 square foot ranch where there's like a mile and a half of basement, and you're like, well,
Yeah, I think that
Look for the puddle.
I actually read.
yeah, but it's always on a vacant house too,
Yeah.
where the water has. So you have to run around to the 4 bathrooms and flush toilets and in the sink and the kitchen and the shower and
Winterized house where there's no
yeah,
water.
yeah. And like, oh, you kidding me?
Well, that was the thing. I actually read her report on the house that I went on the home inspection for, and I was surprised to see that there were so many pictures in it, and I can see. I was trying to put myself in the shoes of a buyer, and I could see where that would become overwhelming sometime. But to have, she does like a 1 or 2 page summary before you get into that, which I think is extremely important because
Vital.
it kind of, breaks down. Okay, these are just maintenance items, or these are things that definitely need to be looked at. But at the same point, the pictures in a little bit more detail.
I think that'd be overwhelming for anybody because some of these reports, I mean,
They can be 50 pages long.
easy.
Right.
Easy. And that's a good
You know,
house.
Right. Well, and it's going to depend on the systems.
Yeah.
Right.
If you've got a house where you've got, a hot tub, fireplace,
3 bathrooms.
central vacuum, let's say
Yeah.
air conditioning. Let's say it was an addition. You have a boiler and a furnace.
Right.
I've seen it 100 times.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
And, that can be, it's overwhelming. They go to hit print and it's a ream of paper. Well, and that's one of the things I tell my clients. I'm like, look, I take a lot of pictures. Okay, I want you to know where I am when I say, you need to look at this. And I think...
But that's one of the things that and I'm sure...
I think that's one of the things that adds a benefit
and I'm sure
to
other
it.
home inspectors do. I only have experience with one
Right.
one right
You'll
now.
get
At the
more.
time, I'm sure
You'll
I'll
get more. You'll
get
get more.
many more. But I think you do a
a
great
lot
job.
do, but a lot don't
right.
as well.
But she does a good
Some can
job
be
at
vague.
kind of explaining it too after the fact, and just like, okay, relax. It's
Actually,
not, these aren't deal breakers.
Yeah.
So
Today I had an inspection report and sends 3 leaks, and I'm looking and I'm like, really? Because this is like a split level, and there's like a bathroom under the crawl space, and I'm like,
a bathroom
Yeah,
under the
not-
crawl space.
well, not no,
Okay.
the plumbing.
Oh.
Sorry,
I'm like trying to figure this one out.
Sorry, the
I'm like,
plumbing for the bathroom
like,
under
sorry,
the crawl
short
space
people.
and this and that, and I'm like, dude, if you think I'm crawling under there, you're out of your goddamn mind. you better remember where it is.
Oh, so you actually go
or
in and
send
look.
me a picture. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, my people were in North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, I kind of had to
Yeah.
because if it was something that, like a water supply line that was leaking, God forbid, after 4 or 5 days.
Oh yeah.
You know
That's a
how-
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know how that can be.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a
So.
main water shut off.
Right.
When you get
Right. And
back.
if I had to, that would have been it. But
Right.
I didn't see any evidence, and I
Sure.
put the flashlight under everything, so it was okay. I think it was just a drain. And
And there's, it's funny because there's a lot of things that home inspectors I think do that people are like, why are you doing that? Like, why do you run the water in the house for an hour? Well, because that first welcome home party you throw and you have all these people over and you back up from the main line, that's going to be a problem. And I can prime the lines within an hour. I know if there's a leak in that house.
Yeah.
I know where it is, and I know,
Yeah.
I can share it with
I
you.
kept saying, "Do you want me to turn the kitchen sink off yet?" Nope. You want me to turn the sink off now?
Nope.
I was like, okay.
Nope.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go
So
flush that toilet, turn on that, and turn on that.
And you see how she did that when she
Yeah.
first went in, and you probably turned on all the appliances and this and the
Yeah.
other thing. That's a final walkthrough.
Oh, okay. See, I'm learning.
You walk in, you want to make sure that nothing happened, especially in the winter,
Right.
and on a vacant house that hasn't been winterized, or even if it has, you want to make sure nothing is leaking or whatnot.
Okay.
Not to mention some of the houses where they've come in and they've renovated it. A lot of times it looks great, but they forgot to plug everything in and hook it up. And in
Yep.
one case, I actually found they hadn't even installed the outlet yet.
Oh,
They completely forgot about it. I was like, wow, all right,
Oops.
oven looks good. What do you do?
that's about all you're gonna do.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. I've seen
It's-
some.
Some inspections, they get kind of interesting.
Oh, I've
Some
seen
of them.
some.
There's some stories.
Oh yeah, I
all
had
the,
one.
all the things I have to look forward to.
Yes. Oh yeah, we'll have a lot of stories. And then there's a
boy.
lot of lemon drops and Cosmos.
Oh, that's okay. I'm okay with that.
Occasionally wine.
I already told her, I was like, there might be a little bit more drinking in this job than my last job.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like a lot more. No, I'm
What
just kidding.
What was your previous job?
I actually work for UPS. So I was I was a business manager for them. So there's a lot more drinking, and this guy didn't drink it all there. So except afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Well, we don't drink during.
no, I know. I'm just kidding.
Well, except for occasionally at a closing, we might have a sip.
Well,
You
you
gotta
have to
celebrate.
celebrate.
I
It's
know.
a happy time.
You do.
You
It
just
is.
made the biggest investment ever,
Oh
and
my
it's
God.
perfect, and it's great.
After my closing today, I was so excited. We had our buyer, because
Mm-hmm.
now you're part of the team. Our buyer had been through hell, literally like just hell with this deal. She had a miserable landlord who made her was like violent and
Oh, geez.
destructive to his own property and very scary. And the first house they put an offer in on, the seller wasn't authorized to sell the house. But
That's a
after,
problem.
we didn't find this out until after inspections and appraisal and a deposit
Oh,
and all
Lord.
of this stuff. And so that kind of fell through.
Yeah.
And then they ended up with another house. So we closed today and so excited.
Yeah.
Just
It actually
when
happens to be a
something-
friend of ours' house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah, so she's getting a good house.
Yeah,
so
she is.
she went through all that stuff, but she's getting a good house
Yeah,
now.
she really is.
Good.
She really is. I went through it when I looked at it, and I'm not an inspector, but
The
I
house
know
is in good shape.
Yeah.
I know kind of the signs to look for that we need to address with an inspector or
Mhm.
maybe a specialist. And I really couldn't find anything in
Good.
there.
Yeah.
And I'm usually good about finding at least something,
Mhm.
and it was the basement's dry and clean, and the floors were beautiful, the walls were great, the windows were new, the roof
Yeah.
wasn't old at all, it was a couple years old.
Yep. I mean that I think that's probably one of the reasons why I wanted to get into real estate. Our home is like, it's the gathering home. It's where everybody comes in the summertime. We have a pool. We
Whether
built
we're
an
there,
outside
whether we're
bar.
not
Yeah,
there.
whether
I
we're
know.
there
We
or
get
not.
pictures
I've
of
seen the
them there.
pictures.
We get
Oh,
pictures, and
yeah.
they're like,
Beautiful.
Happy
Yeah,
National
but
Rum
being
Day.
in Oregon, and you see the pictures, and you're like, wow, look at our friends. They're having a great. Wait a minute.
They're at our
Where
house.
are you?
They're at our house. But it's, whether it's, the holidays are always at our house and everything. And so a house to me is my home. You know what I mean? It's more than just four walls and a roof. And that's when we were looking, for as long as we were looking, that's really what, when we were looking at it, it was just the two of us. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, is mom going to be comfortable here? Are our friends going to be comfortable here? Can we make this into, an area that everybody is going to, they were very comfortable at our last house, but we wanted something bigger. And I'm like, so we need to be able to, and I was taking all those things into consideration. So
We wanted an entertaining space.
Right.
yeah, and
It had to be the right house.
Yeah.
it did. And,
And the house chooses you.
the house
does.
it does.
It does.
It does, because I did not like the outside of the house we have right now. I hated
Didn't
the
even wanna go
outside. I
in
didn't
it.
want to go inside.
Would not go in. I'm like, we're going in.
And
We're here.
I walked
That's right.
in and it immediately felt like home. And that was something that I told her, I'm like, just the entire experience, like that's something that I want to bring for other people, because buying a house is one of the biggest investments people make, whether it's for a couple years, it's your forever home, whatever it is. It's one of the biggest investments
At that time.
At that time, and
Until the next one.
Right.
so that's something, being able to be a part of that and help people, go from the nightmare experience that you just talked about into a house that I know she's going to love.
Oh, yeah.
That's something I'm excited to be a part of.
Well, it's going to be funny because that feeling that you talked about when you walked in the house and you just instantly knew.
Yep.
You'll start noticing that in your clients.
Okay.
And when they walk into their house, you're just going to sit back and you're just going to watch them and you're going to be like,
like letting your child go to
it
kindergarten
is,
for the
it
first
is.
time.
It's like their first steps, their first cereal.
Yeah.
Wow.
The first time off to school, you're like, because you're
Yeah.
it's like.
Yeah,
It's
I would
crazy.
call Lori up and be like, okay, we want to go look at this house. And she'd be like, okay, but, I know you well enough. I don't think this house
she
is
said
for you.
flat no. No, this is not.
And you know what? She obliged
right.
us, and we walked
I'll
in, and
show
she
you
was
one, Lois.
100% right.
Mhm.
And, that's, getting to know your client is is
Speaking
huge.
of Lori says, hi, my girls.
Hi.
Hey, Mama.
Hey, Lori. Yeah, she's really in tune to that.
Yeah,
to
and-
her clients and it takes a while, but you'll learn. People aren't always. Some people. I hate this saying too. I really hate this saying, but I'm going to repeat it because it needs to be clarified. People like to say buyers are liars. They're not liars. They're just not sure of how they really want their space to be.
Okay.
They think that buying a house is going to change fundamentals,
Right.
and it doesn't.
Okay.
If you're a bonfire, four-wheeling, fishing kind of person, you're probably not going to want a condo in the city.
Right. Yeah.
And if you're...
Unless you got a camp in the woods.
Right. But, if this is going to be your first home, you're probably going to want to be where you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a little bit of a Facebook stalker. I see how people really...
She told me that
I
the other
really
day.
am.
That
She's
is
like, I already know.
hilarious.
I
I
know
am.
people before, I even show them a house. I know what they like
That's
before
awesome,
they.
I do.
though.
But
Yeah,
well,
that is.
And another thing, and this is a dangerous job. I'm going to remind you of that. You
Okay.
have to be very careful. I also had somebody find our videos online, and I'm driving down to North Carolina Friday night, and 12:30 at night, the phone rings, and I'm thinking, oh my God, it's a number I don't know, but it's 315. Let me answer, and it was this guy who had commented on one of our videos a couple of days before, and here it is, 12:30 at night, and I'm like, okay, red flag. And he's like, yeah, I saw your video, and you look very interesting. Not the house looks very interesting. Red
Oh,
flag.
Lord.
So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm actually driving right now, and I really can't write anything down. I'm on my way to blah blah blah, wherever I thought I was going. I did not say North Carolina. I said somewhere like Kansas or some shit. I don't know where I said I was going.
But now
I
he,
said, but can
now
I-
he knows it was North Carolina.
Yeah, well, shit, yeah, he does. And he also knows he's not getting a call because I stalked him, and he's like, a little sketchy. So, yeah, no, not happening. So, but I'm like, yeah, but you have to stalk people
Okay.
like that, and I kind of freak people out too. Sometimes they'll call me and we'll be chatting, and they'll be like, well, all right, we have the appointment. Do you need the address? And I'm like, oh no, it's 123 Main Street. And then,
How do you know?
how do you know that? And I like to leave them hanging for a minute. I'm like, well, I'm just going to say that any realtor that can't tell you your address isn't worth their weight in salt, and just hang up on them.
See, these are all the tricks I'm gonna have to
Oh
learn.
boy.
I have to become a Facebook stalker, I guess.
You do.
All
You do.
right.
You've got to stalk.
Okay.
Lori
What did
says
you-
we're all looking good.
What did you
Ah.
think when you stalked my page then?
Oh, I liked you.
Oh, okay.
I liked you. No. You girls are fun.
Oh, we love to
Girls
have
are
a good
fun.
time.
Oh, I know.
We
Yeah.
love to have a
I'm
good
the
time.
reserved.
Yes, I noticed.
Yes.
Hey, I got gummy bears.
All right.
Wait. Disclaimer: she's reserved other than St. Patrick's Day.
Did you see my picture after those gummy bears?
I
Oh.
did, but I didn't know you well enough, so I couldn't comment on
You should've.
on how wasted you look.
Wasted, like beyond.
funny.
Shortly after the gummy bears, I was home taking a nappy.
Well, that's
Oh, wow.
normally me. That's normally I actually did really. We had company in from Chicago 2 girls came in from Chicago that heard about St. Patrick's Day on Varick Street, and so they came in.
Did they have fun?
They had a blast.
Isn't it
they had
a great
an absolute
time?
blast. Our neighbor came, Karen Tronfio came, and so I was like, all right, my neighbor's here. So I had to pace myself. So I didn't have quite as many gummy bears this year as normal. So, but yeah, they can be killer.
Yeah, I
They
ate the
can be
whole
killer.
bag.
Did you by yourself?
Yeah.
You didn't share?
Maybe like 3.
Oh, okay. All
Until we
right.
start breaking out the jello
But
shots.
I didn't eat
That's
that-
okay.
I
We'll
didn't
make you
eat
more.
that day, and I kind of forgot, and we were broadcasting across the street at O'Donnell's on the dock.
Okay.
With the guys here. And so the first thing that happened was beer.
Right.
And then my daughter shows up, and Alex Alzheimer's starts pouring shots of Jameson. And then there's Fireball. And then I ran into Wendy, and
gummy bears.
yeah,
Gummy
and
bears
gummy
happen.
bears. And I was like, yeah, gummy bears. Oh, my God, I'm starving.
So-
These are really good gummy bears.
Maybe I should like make some and hand them out like at closing or like as part
At
of
showings.
as part of the gift.
Yeah,
as part of the
you
gift
probably
basket.
do really well.
Were you under the influence of anything? No, I only had gummy bears. A couple gummy bears.
Some open houses. Here's a flyer. Here's some gummy bears.
That might work.
Yeah, well,
Quickest sales in
you
town.
gotta think outside the box, right? You gotta be creative.
do. Everybody will be
Gotta
looking for your
differentiate
sign to go in
yourself.
and out there with like little bowls
Yeah.
for their gummy bears.
Little plastic
We're here.
spoons and shooter cups.
We're
You-
here.
You have to differentiate yourself from the competition, right?
You
So,
do. We'll do it with drunken gummies.
There you go. All right, we can do that.
You know what I'm dying to make? I'm dying
What?
to take one of those giant gummies and soak one of those suckers.
Yeah.
How big do you think it would get? I mean, because they do get bigger.
Yeah. I bet it would double. Don't you think? Because they kind of
Because they
double.
come, they're like about
Don't
this
you
big.
think they double? I think they
Oh,
almost
at least.
double.
Yeah, at least
least.
because when we start them out, there's probably like that much room in the
Is
container.
it real gummy material though, or is it more?
I think it's a legitimate gummy bear.
Oh, the big one? I don't
Yeah.
know.
If it's a legit
Listen,
gummy, I think we should try.
I just want to
this.
say for all the
We just
viewers
slice
that I've
it up.
had my head
Steak of
in
gummy.
real estate books.
This
So
is sounding
I
like a
don't know.
property sisters party here.
I know.
Done. I'll get on Amazon tonight and
Yeah.
order a few.
Yeah, this is
Look at the
intriguing.
rainbow.
You know what? We will report back to you all after
Yes.
we do this experiment because we care about you and we want you to know.
We'll soak them in 5-gallon buckets.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to like
That'd be
cut them,
perfect.
like like we're serving like dinner.
Like
or
it'll be like
something?
a slab of
roast.
gummy.
Like instead of a roast, we have
We'll
like
get
a
5
slab
of them and
gummy
we'll
bears.
just gnaw on one. How much
Oh.
worse can it be than
Oh my
how much worse
God.
can it be than St. Patrick's Day?
Oh.
You're gonna have to eat
We'll blow
first,
up the air
though.
mattresses
Yeah,
first.
really. My eyes weren't even open. I was like, oh my goodness. Our daughter gave us a ride home, and it was like finally payback from all those times I have to pick her up. And I'm just like, I'm going to sleep. I'm tired.
That's okay. The year before, she went bowling and didn't know it.
All right, we are not telling that story. That's a private
How'd you
conversation.
bowl?
Well, supposedly I got pissed off because I was throwing gutter balls.
I had all of our friends in on it. It was great.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
that's a private conversation for
That's
another
funny.
time. Yeah.
Oh, the things that happen, though.
True story.
My poor husband, he was like, all right, I'll carry you upstairs to bed.
Pour you in.
So see all the good things I have to look forward to?
That you do.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you. I really am.
No, I know you are.
I'm
It's
excited for all you
exciting.
guys.
It's
This is
exciting, isn't it?
I think you're gonna find she's gonna be right what you guys
Yeah.
were looking for.
Yeah, already.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lori says, yeah, she's all making a spreadsheet. And I'm like, really? For us? She did that?
Take advantage of that. Take advantage
I
of
am
all that.
We
I am
all
a-
have our strengths.
Yes, I am I can tell you are definitely like the type where you're just like, listen, I know my stuff. I'm off the cuff. I'm going to
Script?
a script. I don't need a script. I
Ew.
don't need let's just make it fun, and I will get there. But in the meantime, you are probably gonna get some spreadsheets, some Word docs, some like color coded shit.
That's
You're gonna
okay.
get something
See? And
because that's how my brain works.
I'm going to work with the bikers and the
Okay.
beer drinkers, and
Okay.
you're going to get the engineers.
That's perfect for me.
deal.
But the engineers aren't fun. The engineers aren't fun.
But they love spreadsheets.
they do love spreadsheets.
You can sell any engineer.
I
with a
don't love
spreadsheet.
spreadsheets. That's what I'm saying. You get we're
I'm just
good.
trying to make it so it's like smooth for you girls.
See, I know
the transition's a
engineer
little-
spouses love me because they're
Yes.
usually this free spirit and And then the
balance in
engineer
the
is like,
relationship.
how did I let her talk me into working with her? She's flitting around and or whatever. She's crawling around on the ground looking at this or that. And I'm like, well, that's how you see it.
We actually had an engineer that bought our house, the one we sold before we bought this one, and he was an engineer, and he was an interesting character to deal with. So I got a little experience with engineers.
Well, they're very straightforward, fact-based.
Yeah. Where's the radon system going? Is it going through here and up through there and
How far off the side is it?
How far off the side?
Your footer's high
And
enough.
are you sure it's supposed to be 3 inches off and not 4?
Yeah.
What's the suction on this going to be? Now, if we had a motor that's twice the horsepower.
How many PCIs or whatever the hell?
Peak liters.
How many horsepower is this fan?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a backup fan?
Oh, Lord. See, no, we're going to defer the engineers to somebody else.
That's when you call in the specialist.
Exactly. Exactly. And they can tell them all about the little alarms you can put on your radon system.
Yeah.
That really, that lights their fire.
We had a bad experience with, well, not a bad experience, but the house we sold, as you know, radon's not supposed to be like above 4, and our last house was 27. The house we were selling, yeah. So,
Ouch.
but got it taken care of. So,
I had one that was 46.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Where?
South Utica, sunny
Okay.
side.
Really? Yeah, that's a common question, too.
It's a hot area.
Yeah.
There are a lot of hot areas, Williams and Rome.
What's important is it's so
around
easy
the
to take
lakes.
care of.
I think it's around lakes and.
It's really just kind of wherever the veins are.
We were close to
it's
the-
weird.
One house can peg
Yeah,
at
and then
27,
the
the next
next
house is at 0.
Yeah, it's very weird how it goes.
But
Well, I think it's a lot to do with the basement being sealed too, whether the gas can get in,
Right.
and-
Yep.
or if it's not seeping in. And
Yeah. So, a lot to learn, but I'm ready to go. I'm raring to go.
it's fun. I'm glad you're excited.
I'm so excited.
Is there anything you're nervous about besides like everything generally? But
She asked me that question the other day. Honestly, there's not. There's really not. I'm of the belief that I might not do as well initially, or I might not.
yes, you will.
Well, I feel like I will.
I got you.
Because I'm, surrounded by such a great team. But I'm definitely of the philosophy that, through every failure is a learning experience, and then from that becomes success. So I'm, the only thing that is different for me, and I've told Lori this, is I am used to, not necessarily punching a clock, but I'm definitely used to,
A schedule.
being at work every day by 5 o'clock in the morning, and, and used to that. It was a very long hours, and I'm not afraid of hard work. But being able to have a little bit more flexibility is exciting and scary at the same time. Because if I'm not always busy and my mind's not constantly going, then I'm like, okay, I'm not productive today, and that that gets to me. So that's the only thing I'm nervous about is being busy enough for myself. And,
See, and
I know you guys are
I'm
pulling
on
your
the
hair
other
out.
spectrum. I'm worried about you getting too busy.
No.
And not.
No.
Because I do this, and this is one of my faults, definitely. I will schedule myself to the point of, oh, honey, shit, 3 days ago we were supposed to have dinner, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
What
we've
a bowl
already
of cereal.
discussed that.
It's like 10 o'clock tonight. So you kind of have to take,
Schedule in your personal time.
you
Yeah.
would, if you were on a listing appointment, you wouldn't answer your phone.
Right.
No offense.
She doesn't answer her phone when she's doing a home
Wendy
inspection.
is now on a listing appointment.
Wow.
And when you're on her time, you can't answer the phone.
Okay. All right. No.
Yep. You've been declined right to an appointment.
Okay.
That's all right.
No, that's actually good to know. I mean, because
It just means I have to schedule in advance. That's all.
See?
yeah, because I'm definitely the type of person to get.
things. See, I would
Yeah.
I would like to schedule you to take me to Modus
Yeah, right.
on Friday, because I know you have a closing on Monday. Thanks, Dal.
Yep.
Wow. Okay, you two are not going to be together anymore. We're going to keep you separated.
Like
I'm
how
a
she
total bad
thinks.
influence. I really am. I'll admit it. I'm a bad influence, but
Yeah. No,
I'm guilty of it, though. I really am terrible with it.
well, I think you probably have to be because it's so, just in the short time that I've been working with you girls, okay, we have an appointment at 1. Okay, they canceled, and now they're moving to this time. And okay, what else can we fit in the schedule? And you have to be flexible, and you have to be able to adjust.
Well, inventory is low.
Right.
And if you are not on it and getting your buyer in as soon as you possibly can, then it's gone.
Right.
And,
Which,
or on the same token, if you're, if your buyer really isn't ready, if their house, they need to sell a house, but it's like a month away, don't start showing them houses because anything you show them is going to be gone.
right.
And they're bound to fall in love with something that they see in that time.
How often do they come back to the first house?
More often than you would think. More often than you would think.
I've always heard that, it's always the first house. The first house you see it, you keep looking.
A lot of
always
people
circle
do.
back around.
A lot of people do. And this is why,
That's gonna
and
be tough
especially
in this market
now,
right now.
you do so much online.
Yeah.
So by
yeah.
the time you actually go out and see houses, you probably have seen about 1,000 houses, albeit online. But you start to learn the tricks that realtors do to make the house look bigger or better or, whatever.
I was gonna just
And
about
you
to say,
start-
it's very deceiving.
Right. But after you look at enough, and you know this because you looked at enough, after you look at enough, you start to figure out, oh, okay, that's a 9x10 room shot with a real wide angle lens from across the hall
In the bathroom.
through the door, and it's just, you learn and then you're, a little more in tune to what's going on with it. But I think they just see so many that by the time they get to the first house, it's the top one on their list of all the ones that they've looked at, like 1,000, and there's only 5 they want to see.
Poor Lori.
So
And some people, it's 300.
I was going to say, I think
Poor Lori.
we definitely pushed her to the limit, but she was very patient. Very patient. And we ended up, and ironically, the day we found the house was the
away.
day she was going on a cruise. So somebody else showed us the house, and
she
that
missed
happened
it.
to be, and she missed it, and that happened to be the house that we fell in love with. So, but she
The
was
one
there
that
with us
closed
for
today.
Same thing?
I was in the Dominican, and Lori took them. And I
Okay,
was like, I knew I was going to miss it.
right, because you build a relationship with these people,
do.
especially
You do.
if you're with them,
Oh, yeah.
if
you're
they're like
protective.
us, and
You're very protective over
Right.
them. You're like,
But as a home inspector, I like that because there's a lot of people that aren't.
no, there's, there's good and bad in everything. And,
Sure, absolutely. But like
people have different motivations.
it's really nice when you have that couple's with or that person is with a realtor that really cares and really wants what's
The
best
truth.
for them.
The truth.
Exactly.
That's
the
all.
truth.
And that's all any
You
of
know,
us should
and
want. I just want the true picture
It's
of,
nice.
what's going on.
It's
Josh
nice to
has said
see.
that before, too.
Yeah, it's
I don't know any other way to be.
That's,
It's the
that's
only
great.
way you lay your head
Yeah.
on your pillow and sleep at
Yeah,
night is if you're
absolutely.
honest and
That's great.
truthful.
So I'm gonna ask you a question now. What you've been in it for 10 years? You said
9 now.
9 years, and
Yeah,
you've
9
had
years.
like a ton of different businesses from what you told me the other
Yeah.
day. So what is it about real estate that you love?
It's a combination of everything, really.
Okay,
It's a combination of the bartending
she was a bartender.
with the psychology.
Okay,
I did auto body work.
wait, you were a psychologist?
No,
Oh,
bartenders.
Oh.
Trust me.
Oh yeah, you
With the
hear a lot.
you know what? You
Psychology?
wouldn't surprise me if you were a psychologist. So
My husband and I owned a body shop.
okay,
So a lot of customer service there. I ran the office and painted a few things. I could actually probably take your car apart, change the color, put it back together for you anytime you want it.
wow.
And then I broke my ankle like really bad, ripped my foot right off my leg, 8 operations. So I bought an H&R Block franchise
Okay,
and did taxes for a long time. And then I got sick, and
Okay.
I got sick to the point where it really was not looking good. Wrote letters to my children and
oh Jesus.
looked at the situation and said, all right, my husband's screwed if I die.
Mhm.
And so I sold that. And then I'm like depressed, and we were in financial trouble because, for Christ's sakes, in those years, my husband had back surgery, self-employed. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
I broke my ankle, self-employed. The month after he had back surgery, I was out for a year and a half because I had 8 operations. I literally like ripped my foot right off. It was awful. And then, you know, so depressed and like falling behind on payments and whatnot. You know how it is. Shit happens. So Jay Grow came to list my house, and he says, you know, okay, you need to do this, that, and the other thing. I said, yeah, I know. And I said, I think I can get about 119. And he goes, yeah, you're right. And I'm like, okay. I said, come back in 5 days. I'll be ready. And he's, or 7 days. I said, I'll be ready in 7 days. And he says, yeah, okay. Because, I mean, depression, broken ankle, bad back. The house was just not fresh. You know what I mean? The whole house needed to be painted. The floors needed to be done, whatnot. 5 days later, I called him. I said, okay, I'm ready. Come back and list it. And he goes, yeah, okay, I'll come back. But comes back, and he was like, wow, you're ready. Oh, my God. He was, like, blown away. And, you know, he didn't have to stage it or anything because I had done everything. And he goes, you ever thought about getting into real estate?
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah, I've really always wanted to, you know. And he goes, yeah, I want you on my team. So
wow.
Kinda,
so
that's
that
cool.
Okay.
Yeah. And I met Jay through Jenny.
Okay. So is that, so it's just a combination of all those things that you love the most?
Yeah, it is. It's like a combination of everything. It's the customer service. There's taxes in it, you know, so there's financials. It's just, I love it. I've always remodeled all my own houses, you know, everything from, I don't do electrical.
Okay.
That's where I draw the line. But
that's where she draws the line.
Plumbing, you know, I know the little bread trick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know my shit. You know what I mean? Not just a pretty face and big boobs. I know my shit.
Oh Lord.
But so it's just like, and it's fun. It's people.
Right.
You know, and that's what I miss from bartending is the people.
The people.
The interactions,
So I get the people now. You know.
And it seems, from what I've seen, it's I guess for you guys, anyways, it's very fast paced because you're always. You know, I was with Lori the other day, and I was telling her it was either her phone was ringing, her text messages were going off, emails were coming through. So, you know, being able to be a good multitasker is crucial, is important. So, which I think I'll be okay with that. So, but I was just curious with somebody who's been in it for as long as you have, you know.
I love everything about it. I really do. Every house I look at, I see something different, you know. Learn something different. Every home inspection, I learn something different. Every client.
Every house is different.
It is.
Every house is
different. And every problem is different to a different buyer.
Right.
You know, I can give you a list of 10 things, and I can give Mike a list of 10 things. I'll have a list of the same 10 things, and all three of us are going to have different concerns about that list. Because Mike's skills and your skills and my skills are all going to be different.
Right.
You know, it's just.
Well, good.
Yeah, it's
no, in my last job, I was, that was the part about it that I loved the most was, you know, the people, the employees, the customers. So I'm looking to take that into this and even make it better.
You're going to have fun.
How could I not have fun with you?
It's very stressful sometimes, but
well, I'm sure
the fun outweighs all of it. You know, and your relationships with your clients, you know.
Right.
The baby showers and the housewarmings and the weddings and.
You guys get all the fun stuff. I don't get any of that.
Well, yeah, but
nobody likes you.
You know what?
Wow.
You can be her +1.
Yeah, there you go.
It's gonna be the only time you see her. Besides listing, besides listing appointments.
Besides the listing appointments.
No, I'm teasing. You have a team.
Yeah.
And we always will have your back. You know, so and just like this weekend. I felt so terrible. I'm on my drive down there. We left here about 4:30. By like 6 o'clock, I had booked 3 listing appointments, like 4 showings, 2 new buyers, and
for the weekend,
and a schedule, or a closing was scheduled.
Wow.
Yes, for the weekend for Lori and Patty.
Oh, you're filling their schedule. Nice.
But I'm like, what the hell? Every time you go away,
right.
That is how it is.
But the great part is that now that you guys are a team, you can go away with a little bit more.
No, not a little bit more.
A lot more clarity of, okay, I can relax a little bit.
Not one of my people had to wait.
Right.
You know, and if I didn't have them, I might have had to have somebody wait, because then you have to call in favors and ask this one or that one.
Yeah.
You know, or pay somebody to do it if they're available. Or I would have had to have them wait until Monday. And who the hell knows if the house is going to be here at that point.
No, that's fantastic.
It's nice that you guys have balance.
Yeah. So you need me. You need me.
Hey, the more the merrier. You know we've got shit for you to do.
I know.
We've got a list.
And then beyond making spreadsheets.
Yeah. No, tomorrow out in the field.
Good.
Well, I want to thank you guys
so am I going to creep
much.
you out if I take a bunch of notes?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
All right, good.
Nope. Note take. You can record. I don't care.
Okay.
We'll just have to ask the clients.
All right.
I want to thank you guys for coming in tonight. Wendy, please tell them how they can find you in case they want to have a little spring checkup on the house.
Very simple. You can go to cnypreferredhomeinspections.com. You can go to my CNY Preferred Home Inspections Facebook page, or you can call me at 315-796-9676.
Excellent. And you will be able to find Joelle with us at the Property Sisters.
Yes.
Weichert.
Yeah, and I'm looking very forward to that. So
yeah, we are too. You're going to be excellent because
Thank
you're in
you.
it for the right reasons, and
I
you got
am.
a good head on your shoulders.
Thank you, and I appreciate the opportunity tonight.
Thank you.
I had to give her a drink just to calm her down. Before,
I know.
So,
I was teasing her
we're
this
good.
morning. I was like, yeah, you know, and the camera. No, it was.
No, thank you, and thank you,
Thank
Mike.
you all.
Thank you.
Thank you to our sponsors.
This has been the Home Free Podcast with your host, Adeline Vandyke. Interested in buying a home? Look her up online at coldwellbankers.com/Adeline Vandyke or call 315-404-6431. Like us on Facebook at Home Free with Adeline.
The Property Sisters of the Mohawk Valley was born when 3 top producing agents with over 25 years of combined experience selling real estate joined forces to take real estate to the next level. We practice with honesty, integrity, and the knowledge to help make the buying and selling process easy and stress-free for all of our clients. We pledge to always make our clients our top priority from start to finish and even after the house is closed. We will always be a valued resource for information and assistance for our buyers and sellers. Our customers over the years have become not only past clients, but great friends. As we join hands together as the Property Sisters of the Mohawk Valley, we look forward to serving our clients and our community and making a positive difference. You can reach us at 315-601-9630 for all of your real estate needs.
When it's your hard-earned money on the line that you are investing into a home, it makes sense to choose a proven professional to assist you in making one of the biggest investments you may ever make. Josh's dedication of over 20 years to the home construction industry allows him to bring knowledge and experience to your doorstep. That means you can feel confident and comfortable with his service to you. Past clients love his attention to detail and thorough written reports. By allowing Priceless Inspections to help you make a well-informed decision concerning your property, you will find that a quality inspection is priceless. Follow Priceless Inspections on Facebook or call 315-525-8725.
Hi, this is attorney Nick Pasalacqua. The team of attorneys I have assembled at Pasalacqua & Associates has been carefully hand-picked to include the best trial attorneys in the particular areas of the law that we practice. Have you been charged with DWI or any other crime? Members of our team include former assistant district attorneys, now fighting to protect your rights 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Have you or someone you love been seriously injured in a motor vehicle accident? Members of the team at Pasalacqua & Associates include former insurance defense attorneys, now fighting to ensure that you get every penny you're entitled to. If you need legal help quick, don't waste your time or money calling anyone else. Remember, for legal help quick, you better call Nick and the team at Pasalacqua & Associates. 315-500-NICK or 315-500-6425 or visit cnytriallaw.com today.